on Ben Simmons' career as a Sixer is written, it very may well end up being titled Conduct Detrimental to the Team. Today, head coach Doc Rivers threw him out of practice 3 days after he showed up to finally train with his team. He's now suspended for the team's season opener against the Pelicans tomorrow. We're in debacle mode with teammates who have stopped being polite and are definitely getting real. Here's Doc Rivers and Joel Embiid.
Right now, I'm telling you, our team is focused.
At this point, I don't care about that man, honestly. He does whatever he wants. Our job is not to babysit somebody.
In a word, yikes. J.A., what are we supposed to make of this situation in Philadelphia?
I won't say it's unsalvageable. We've seen worse splits and they've come back together, but usually when they come back together, it's after some time apart. I'm thinking Kobe Bryant and Phil Jackson, who basically weren't on speaking terms, in which you had the phrase, I don't care. And after Phil went away, they came back and it worked. What I'm stunned by is the miscalculations on both sides. Simmons and his camp thought it'd be good to stay away, and that didn't work out. And then the Sixers thought it'd be good to bring him back in, and that hasn't worked out. Neither side knows what they're doing here.
AB?
I think it's been clear from the very get-go that Ben Simmons was not going to be a part of this. He was not going to let Doc Rivers invite him back, the team invite him back, and just let bygones be bygones. I would say that's a maturity problem because people have been criticized before, and one of the criticisms of Doc Rivers of Ben Simmons after the playoffs was that he needs to get in the gym and do work. And if you're a player, you can say, you know what, he's absolutely right, and that's what I'm going to do. And to your point, J.A., plenty of time has elapsed here. You would think that they would get over it, but it is clear that he is not over this. He's not going to be a 76er.
Is he?
This would be the highlight of the book, Clinton. This would be, the one thing that everybody wants to read more details on. I mean, we've seen Jimmy Butler do the thing where he had the crazy practice in Minnesota to get himself out of here. We've seen Kobe do a couple things. J.A. mentioned he and Phil Jackson not being on speaking terms, but he also went off on Mitch Kupchak after a practice to try to create change. And this is Ben's next move. And it doesn't seem like a great one, but the details of wearing sweatpants and having your cell phone in your pocket is legendary. That's going to be talked about for years and years and years. And so I don't know if it's a good move. I think what makes this unique is he's got so many years left on his contract, and you got Daryl Morey, who is not going to budge. He wants a star in return. I'm curious as to what those other players are thinking. Like, if they're wondering if Morey should, go ahead and give up on that hope and just get a couple players in here because we're already focused, like Doc said. Let's just get into the season without this big distraction.
Last, an Around the Horn investigation has shown that it wasn't a cell phone. It was a tag from a practice jersey, but those details don't matter when we're dealing with the story. Tim Kalishaw, your thoughts?
All of us here have been in arguments with fans who say, I'm sick of pro sports, the players are overpaid, and we try to patiently explain the TV money, the owners, these guys are getting what they deserve. But you know what? Some guys are overpaid. And Ben Simmons at $35 million a year for 5 years, the way he played and the way he finished the playoffs for that team, afraid to take a layup because he might get fouled because he can't shoot free throws, he's overpaid. And I don't know what he thinks he's going to accomplish with these trade demands coming off his worst season. It's made it impossible. I don't feel sorry for Daryl Morey. He's got to do something, but he's not going to get a star player for Ben Simmons at this point in time.
Is he? One more thing.
If it was me, if I'm Ben Simmons, I'm just coming into these practices shooting every time I touch the ball. It's like, hey, you want me to do this? Cool. I'm just going to shoot. You think I'm no good? Go ahead and trade me for some terrible player because this is not going to work out the way you want it to.
AB, last word.
Well, if I'm Ben Simmons, I'm coming in to pick up that paycheck, $8.3 million, and right now he is flushing it down the drain. Just show up, show your trade value, and move on.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.